Welcome to Toffee TV. It's the final word. Everton 3, Fulham 0. We're joined by Mike, one of our patrons. So what happens if you're a patron? You get to come in and be a guest and hug one of our cushions really inappropriately.
He's just comfortable.
That's your cushion, that Baz.
He's comfortable. He can do what he wants. He brought Jaffa cakes and wagon wheels and something else.
You just look really excited.
See what I mean?
You look really excited by the 3 points there.
I was more excited by the cushion. It's you know,
it's just, it feels nice and it's the Everton badge. So
put it on a hot wash.
He's happy. He's happy.
We're all happy though. I mean, the difference a win makes is incredible, isn't it?
Definitely massive. I think for us, I think like just to get the monkey off the back, couple of bad results, good performances in my head, a couple of them, but you know, get the win, and then we can get on with trying to get behind the team properly.
I think at this point of the season as well, good performances are great, but you need to be putting, obviously this is all season, but you know, you need to be putting points on the board, because at the end of the day that table is so tight that sometimes it can be very misleading. You know, you've been playing well, okay, you might have picked up a win and a couple of draws, but just visually it doesn't look nice. So you just want to get a win in there just to keep things ticking over, obviously, and just you've got to have a default setting, haven't you? You've got to be able to win games of football against average teams, which, let's be honest, is most of the Premier League. And if you can do that like we did Saturday, then things can be very, very different very, very quickly.
Yeah, we did. It's just the obviously the West Ham game, and not so much the Arsenal game. The hangover for me was Huddersfield and West Ham. They were the two, because you looked at those two, we win both of these, we're in a good position, and we didn't win either of them. So you come away and you're like, and then you lose to Arsenal, which I thought we played very well in. So Saturday, even though it's early, and even though I fully believe in what the manager's doing and what the players are doing, you knew it was a must-win game. You know, and you're thinking a must-win game in September, but you need to, because it reaffirms everything they're doing, and it gets you in that middle of the table, and then you were in touching distance of the top 6, and you'd be putting that daylight between everybody else. So it was an important win.
Yeah, I think you've got to, like you said, you've got to get points on the board. That's what we're going for, isn't it? You know, we're going there to watch the team win. You know, we want to see the development behind the scenes and everything progressing. But it goes hand in hand with getting points on the board, and we've got good enough players to put teams like that to the sword their own. We should be.
And I suppose that's been one of the criticisms in the last few weeks, hasn't it? It's, you look at the team. I think last week with a Fulham fan ahead of the game, and he was like, look at your team. And then did something after the game for the Southampton fan, and he was like, oh, you're going to change it? You're going to change the team for Tuesday? I was looking, going, we changed that. You know, we're still bringing good players in, and you know, Tosin hasn't been started, and now he might start, and you might bring Baines in, and you might, you know, burn that, and you're thinking the swaps shouldn't affect us that much. We've got a good 14, 15 players there, but if they're not winning games and people can't see the what Marco Silva's doing behind the scenes, or trying to do behind the scenes, then it plays into a lot of people's hands. Unfortunately, a lot of Evertonians' hands, who for some reason just want to be proved right rather than see the team do well, which I think, you know, if anything bad has come out of social media, and I know we spoke about this loads of times, it's the fact that because people's opinions are all down on paper, for some reason they feel like they have to stick to them forever and ever and ever and ever, and not go, oh yeah, I might have been, you know, I was wrong on that. Just delete your tweets. You're wrong about something. I'm thinking of deleting years of tweets when I was wrong about stuff, than sticking to something. You know, some people are prepared to die on that hill for some stupid things, where you can just go, you know what, I mightn't like somebody, but they had a good game today. And I've had to bite my tongue massively about Michael Keane. I've slagged them off all summer.
But I think, like, it's something you said earlier on, like, you should want to be proved wrong. Oh, we're Everton fans. We want Everton to do well, or I do. I'm sure we all do. But, like, you know, you can have a thing with a certain player, or whatever. But if they prove you wrong, good.
I want Everton to prove me wrong. I put it out there that I thought Everton would. I don't think Everton will ever win a trophy in my lifetime. Please prove me wrong. Please.
Many times.
But you know, hopefully there's a bit more time. As the years,
many times,
as the years tumble.
I think, listen, you shouldn't have an agenda with any Everton player.
Yeah.
Really, you know, you should just be getting behind the team at 3 o'clock every week or whenever the time they kick off.
Yeah.
That's it. The reset button should be set, and it's get behind them and let's win the game. And at the end of the game, if they haven't played well, you're quite entitled to go, my opinion, and have a very good game there. That's fine. That's fine. But let's try and get like a good feeling going about everybody, you know, and like you just said, X mightn't be your favourite player, but don't be too proud to go, you know what, he's doing well, and I didn't think he could do it, but he's doing alright at the moment. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with being able to bend a bit. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, Mark, I've said before, Cuco Martin is the worst footballer I've ever seen play for Everton, and I've seen some bad Everton players. But at times last season he had decent games. So you'd have to go, you know what, he played alright today. I'd rather he wasn't playing, but he played alright today.
Well, that's it, you'd rather he's not playing. But if he is playing, surely you want him to do well when he's playing.
It's just a bit, it is a bit mad. But
saying that, I mean, the team surprised me, staying 11 surprised me, but I suppose it shouldn't have surprised us, because if the manager thought they played well last week, then fair play to him to sticking to his guns. That tells those players that if you do all right, okay, things will go against you, but if you do okay and you do what I've asked you to do, which I suppose for the manager is the most important thing. I mean, you hear this all the time, you hear managers who are quite reasonable people will say, well, I told him to do a job and he tried to do it and the other team were better, or something happened that was out of our control. What do you want from me? I'm not a miracle worker, I've done what I've asked. And I suppose that's what Marco Silva's probably looked at and said, you did the job that I asked you to do last week, but a little bit of quality from Arsenal and a bad decision has gone against us and we've lost the game. So I think that's good as well, because that's not that's what you want from your manager. You don't just want him to be reactive to every little thing. So
it shows he's got a plan, doesn't it? You know, like at the end of the day, everyone who was not associated with Everton in the media after the Arsenal game were like, Everton deserved something out of that game, and we did. We played well. The way the team was set up, so from the manager perspective, everything was well. We missed a couple of chances. You know, we did a couple of little errors at the back, but fundamentally for the 90 minutes, we played a decent game of football, and he's got an identity what he wants to play, like you said, and it's saying to the players when they're playing, if you're doing what I'm asking you to do, the shirt's yours. You're staying in, and I think it's good. And partnerships, for me, is gone, and with this, what I want to see, you build partnerships. You know, Garner Davies will get better playing together week in, week out, whether you think they're the right two or not, but whichever two, or whoever it is, centre-back partnership, you know, you get better the more you play, chopping and changing all the time. So I was quite happy to see the same starting 11.
Yeah, I mean, it was a slight surprise, because I didn't know whether he'd just bring Tosun back in, and he'd hinted that Richarlison playing up front on Friday in his press conference and Bernard coming in, but see the team was like, alright, they did play well last week, so let's see if they can repeat it today. You know, and you have to, you take the man, he's looked at them and trained with them all week, so you go, alright, well he's obviously happy with what they did last week. They did play well last week, and he's changed it when he needed to. He changed it after West Ham for Arsenal. You know, Radha Keane came back in, and you know, Tosun was dropped and stuff like that, so, and you know, Davis was in, so he did make the changes. So,
and I think it's no coincidence that we've managed to pick up a clean sheet, first one of the season, by having the same back four. You know, a couple of weeks in a row. You know, I think that was a massive bonus for everyone. And obviously, Keane and Zuma looked okay last week. Okay, a couple of mistakes in them, but this week looked pretty solid. And I think that's the most important thing I think about that, is that you can make changes ahead of that back four, but I think when we've got, okay, that's maybe not everyone's perfect back four, but if you've got a consistent back four at least, then you're going to get, they're going to know what they're doing. They're going to start understanding what they're doing, and I think that was really important on Saturday. That back four looked for the majority of the game. Okay, there was hiccups and we'll talk about them, but they looked quite solid. They knew what their jobs were, and they went out and done them.
Well, look at last season with that when Allardyce coming, and you know, that back four, we had Cuco Martina, who wasn't even our third choice right back at left back. Ashley Williams was having a Mary, and then all of a sudden we went like 5 games without conceding a goal or something, or one, because they just got used to playing with each other. They weren't anyone's greatest, individually. That wasn't the team you would have wanted out there. You'd want to make some changes, but they done a job because they got used to what you do. So I know what you're gonna do now, so I'm a bit more comfortable, and you know what I'm. And everyone is the partnerships, like you said. Now, of course, in an ideal world, we won't have any injuries, and he'll have 26 players to choose from, and he'll have the best, and he'll go, right, this is my best 11, and we might look and go, yeah, that's probably the 11 we play. But at the minute we've got injuries, and he's making decisions based on what players are doing, and if players aren't performing, you're not in the team, and that's what
for me the biggest thing was the fact that the performance at Arsenal was good. And so he hasn't just ripped it up because the result didn't go the way we wanted it to. It's going, well, the performance was good, so why? There's no need to rip it up. And I think it worked. Well, it did.
It did work.
I thought the first half, though, I don't know, I suppose it's one of those things, we're going to have to get better. These teams are going to come and they're going to sit in and they're going to try and frustrate us. And even as open as Fulham are, didn't really offer anything. There was a lot of players. It was very congested in that midfield area. The game really wasn't stretched, and that's where we seem to be struggling. We struggled against Huddersfield. West Ham were obviously a little bit more open, but we seem to struggle just breaking teams down. I think that's something we might have to get used to, but hopefully as that continues we get better at using the ball, because for me it's just a lack of movement and a lack of speed in how we play the ball. I think that was the difference between the first half and the second half. Second half we just moved the ball a lot faster and pulled them out of where they wanted to be, which is obviously, it's a part of the game anyway in second half, because the opposition might start dropping off because of fitness, and players get replaced who aren't as good, but that's something we're going to have to definitely get better at, because it just thought first half it was just another one of those halves where you looked at it and going, we can't string 3 passes together here.
It was, the tempo was too slow. We had a couple of bright moments. We had one in the first 90 seconds, I think, that Charleston went round 3 or 4 men and flicked it off to Sigurdsson, and he stretched and it went wide, and then we had Walcott had a shot which their keeper made a good save from, and then it was nearly moments where there'd be some lovely football and then it'd break down. It was a sloppy pass, or we delayed the cross, or it was kind of that, and they looked a lot smoother going with the ball, certainly in the centre of the park. They offered very little in the final third, of course, but it felt like that kind of game in the first half.
I think for us, I think, like you said, I think because as we're getting better and we're improving, the players that we're getting, the teams are coming to Goodison with a different mindset, and we've got to get used to that. I think we need to get better at keeping the ball, because you can break them down naturally come the second half through fatigue by them chasing and chasing and chasing. But I think we've got to be patient as fans as well to understand that. Look, I know we want it quick, but it's a 90-minute game.
But I think you're right there. I think that's down to them as well as players. I think they're too quick to try and break teams down and end up giving the ball away. I think what we need we need somebody in the middle of the park who is really comfortable on the ball, who is willing to take the ball off other people when they're in a sticky spot, or say Garner gets the ball, Garner can just give it to his mate next to him who can move up the pitch comfortably. We all know we need that. Schneidlin can do that, but he doesn't go anywhere. He'll get he likes taking the ball, and his pass completion is really, really high, but he doesn't go anywhere with the ball. And what we really need is someone in that middle of the park who can transition with the ball, but is also a good passer. Listen, they're a high commodity. There's not many of them about. Chelsea have got one at the moment. What's his name? Jorginho. He's got like a 99% pass, but you can see with him what he does. And all the good teams have that at the moment, and that's what we really miss. We'll just calm the game down. So in the first half, what I thought we were guilty of is just getting the ball and trying to just do something dead quick, and then it'll break down, and then they get the ball, and then you get it back. Whereas if you've got someone in the middle of the park who can do that, they pick the moments. Arteta's in the memory for us the best one. Someone who just get the ball and can just see that pass. But if it's not on, we'll just go, well, I'll give it to you, and you give it back to me, and then we'll see if it's on again. I think that's just something we're missing at the moment, because what we rely on heavily is our width. And Richarlison will get the ball, or Walcott to the ball, and I think the problem with width is it's a high gambling ethos, really, because you've got to rely on Richarlison to beat a couple of players to make space. Same with Walcott. You rely on him beating a couple. If he doesn't beat them, it breaks down straight away, and you're back to where you started. So I just think that's what we miss in those games. We didn't have it for years, and then Arteta arrived, and suddenly we had it in the middle of the park. And I don't think we've quite had that player since. Barry did it in a different way. He could open the space up, but he could open up from a deep position, and it was I suppose you had Barkley with him then, and Barkley could do the transition as well. But it's about having that one player now. Yeah. Because I think what we found in the last 2 games is Garner can do that job all day on his own. What we always thought. Yeah. Tom Davies, I think, helps that because he's a little bit more advanced than him. But Tom just hasn't got that repertoire yet. Certainly the passing, he tries, but it's not fully there yet. And I don't think he breaks away from players quick enough either. He's trying. The model, I think that's what the manager wants. Yeah. But I think that if we could find that player, I think that's this.
Might have him. Got him. He's just not fit yet.
Well, might be. We don't know, do we?
Ifs, buts, and maybes, isn't it? I don't like ever reply. Listen, I still think Andy van der Meijden is going to come good. I honestly think that Van der Meijden is going to come good one of these days. No, you're right. He might be there, and I think we are. Some of us are pinning our hopes on him, but I think there's got to be someone out there in Wales football that they've got to be looking for. Yeah. I think Davis at the moment is almost like a prototype. It's up to him whether he wants to take it. Yeah. But he's almost like I think this team at the moment is the prototype for the team going forward. Garner sitting behind. Now it mightn't be Garner in the future. Him sitting behind doing all that work. Someone in front of him who moves the ball, and Sigurdsson, or it might even be Sigurdsson. Someone, but that's the prototype. And it's up to us now to start filling those positions with better players. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I still think Gylfi can do that.
No, I'm going to go Gylfi.
No, I'm saying.
Not with that hair.
I think he could play the 8th, I've said it before. I think he could quite easily play that 8, what you're talking about, because he is comfortable on the ball, he does take the ball. I just think sometimes, I think he gets lost in the 10, he's not in the game. Certainly Saturday, before his goal, he was a passenger.
But he was a proper 10 on Saturday.
But he touched the ball.
But I looked at... No, what I'm saying is I looked at his position, his average position, and he's playing as a centre forward. Yeah. He's playing as a centre forward.
Touched the ball 24 times in 94 minutes, which is not great.
But 2 of them were good,
listen, the minute he scored, he went up 3 levels. He went up 2, and you looked and went, there he is there. That's the player. Because up until the goal, he missed the pen. He was innocuous. Totally and utterly. I said, I don't mind. It's about being wrong. I was like, I'd take him off.
The message on my phone.
I'd take him off because he hadn't touched the ball. Yeah. Him and Calvert-Lewin, we were like playing at 9 men because he just wasn't in the game. Yeah. And he's such a good footballer that he's got to be in the. You've got to get him in the game somehow.
Yeah, I think that goes from, like you were saying there, the transition from Garner to there. So Davies currently there, and like you say, I think we all know Davies will probably get there eventually. Is he currently at the level of the rest of the 11? Probably not, but that's the position at the minute. But I think the management side of it, the management team, they'll know that, they'll have seen that, and it can't replace everyone straight away.
Tom Davies' numbers were incredible, so 90%, 89% pass completion rate. Yeah, played more forward passes than anybody on the pitch. Yeah. From both teams, tackled 150% of his tackles, more forward passing.
What I will say about Tom Davies, whether you like him or whether you don't like him, I think his position has become defined this season. Yeah. Whereas last season, I've said this loads of times, you were looking at him going, didn't you used to nutmeg people in your own box? Didn't you used to do Cruyff turns? Remember when you scored the goal? And last season we just become this dog of a player. And this season, whether you like him or not, and if you don't like him, you don't like him. But I think you're starting to see what his position is. Yeah. The manager understands what his position is now, and will use him in that position, and I think that's a big bonus for the player himself.
A big weak point for Tom Davies and for Garner is another game's gone by where they haven't had a shot, either of them.
Yeah.
Right? Now, for Premier League players, and certainly for players in and around the top 6, which is where we want to be, your midfield 3 have to all be able to do it. Gylfi had finished with 6 shots.
Yeah.
Great. That's fantastic. The 2 centre midfield players have to start getting shots away, because everyone, I think this, for me, the key problem with Everton is you've got your front, your diamond 4, and your 2 full-backs who are the attackers, and then these other 4, literally the 2 centre-backs and the 2 midfield players, don't offer anything going forward, which is fine. But I think to make Everton almost next level, that has to become a triangle. That the 3 that don't, so your 2 centre-backs and 1 Ghana, that another midfield player has to be an extra attacker. He has to be able to take the ball forward. He has to be able to get shots off. Now Sigurdsson could do that with a better number 10, someone who can move around, whether it's Bernard, whatever, or if Gomez has to be able to do that if he's in there, because if you can get that going, you're giving yourself an extra weapon to play with. So it's not just Gylfi taking the ball off Tom Davies and having to turn. You've got Tom or whoever it is driving forward with him. So you've got a wave of players coming forward, where at the moment sometimes our midfield are like offering nothing offensively because they're not even having shots. You know what I mean? Whereas
I think for me though, in the full, certainly obviously in the second half, I think that game had where the shots, we were getting shots away though.
No, we did.
So
second half,
from a game management perspective, I don't know whether, I think Tom had it spot on in this. I know what you're saying longer term, but I think in this particular game, I think you had it spot on where creating chances wasn't an issue. Certainly second half, you know, and him sitting where he was sitting helped protect this vital clean sheet to build on from a perspective. So I think the in-game management for him on that in this particular game was great. But I think you're right, moving forward, I think, you know, we lack someone like, you know, talk about them, but like a Gerrard or someone to just drive with the ball. We had Barkley doing it, and we didn't appreciate it when we had it.
I think it's about keeping. It's just about players being better on the ball, about players getting the ball. And I mean, look at the best at the moment. City are the best at the moment, and you watch what they do, and they get the ball and they sit on the edge of the box, and they never go as deep, never go as far deep as Fernandinho, and he literally just pushes them and pushes them and pushes them. But they have good players who keep the ball, who don't lose the ball. It was like I was saying before, having someone in midfield who can get the ball and just like reset the play. If we can't do this way, we do that way. That's what you need in midfield, and they're the best at doing it. And it's, I think the problem with Garner, certainly Garner is he's not somebody who can open anything up, or not even about finding a killer pass, just find a pass when he's under pressure. I think Tom at times can struggle with that as well, not finding. With Tom, I think it's the other way around. I think he finds better passes when he's under pressure than finds them when he's not under pressure. When he's not under pressure, he always seems to pick the worst option, but when he's under pressure, he seems to find better options. He's a bit weird like that, but I just think we need to be a bit just. We say it every week, take better care of the football. If you're in a position where you can't go anywhere, retain it. Don't take a chance and just throw it in the box or go on a mazy run that might lead you nowhere. Just start again, reset and go again. I think if you can get fans used to that a little bit more,
I agree with that.
You know what I mean? It's like
I'm adding this now. Okay.
There's two different ways of looking at it. Martinez used to get the ball and just go to the centre backs. Yeah, he's playful all day, lads. Bing, 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 bing. You need to get a happy medium where you're trying to be offensive, but then when it's not going anywhere, you give it back to your man in midfield who just starts it all over again. I think when we do that, we'll be a lot better. But I mean, the first half was crap. Let's be honest. They had the best chance. Which, I mean, I just thought it was 1-0.
Yeah, expecting it to nestle in.
When you're seeing the player leave it and then it goes to Session behind him, it was unbelievable. I mean, it's a bit strange how that goal turned out the way it was. John Joe Kenny's been overloaded. I think he's tried to go with the man he was supposed to be on, not knowing there's someone behind him. It ends up with Session, and I put it down to Jordan Pickford personally. I think he's looked into the eyes of Jordan Pickford, and Jordan's just had him off.
Yeah, maybe that's exactly what it was.
I
thought the linesman should have put his flag up, because Vieto made a move towards the ball and he was miles offside. He ran at the ball and only at the last minute did he not take it. So you see the minute they motion towards the ball, he put the flag up, so it was a bit weird, but Kenny stepped over it. Someone was sending me stills why it was Keane's fault, but if you actually look at the play again, Michael Keane goes out to Mitrovic, so he goes out to Mark Mitrovic, who dropped off. Really Zuma should move across one, and Kenny come and fill the gap, but I think you said it before, Theo Walcott should have been coming round the back as well, because obviously it's about defending. But listen, it happens. Premier League teams
always gonna have a chance,
get chances in the game,
and this
luckily
team,
for us, at the back.
Well, another thing about it is this. I think what we've got to get used to, and we spoke about it in the summer, is to be an offensive team, you're gonna take risks, and it's not always good. It's not always pretty, and it can be frustrating at times. You're gonna it's about minimalising the risks, of course.
That's what it is.
It's about not having too many risks. I mean, you know, again, I go back to Mr. Martinez, who just seems to love risks. I just loved it all. That's but with no end product for us. There will be times when you're trying to be so offensive that you're going to leave the back door open, and we did. And luckily enough, he smashes it against the bar, which again, as I said, I couldn't believe he'd missed that chance.
Yeah,
so good.
And almost I thought he was getting nestled. But I think with Kenny on that, though, I think his decision making was good in that, because he's got the two players to cover.
He doesn't know he's there, by the way.
Yeah,
he doesn't know. He doesn't know Session's behind them.
But I think he's gone and he's took the danger in the middle.
Yeah, like we criticised him 2 weeks ago for not doing that against West Ham.
We're moving over as the unit moves over.
He's done the right thing,
and like you say, if Pickford's giving him the eyes, you know what I mean? We want him to. Then Pickford, it's the hardest option that they've then got, as opposed to the easiest option. If Kenny's gone over, he just gets pulled across, tapping, and we're moaning about it again. So, like you say, Premier League game, there's always going to be chances for the opposition.
Pickford's Super Spain Pickford knew.
That's it.
He knew. He was like, he sensed it.
Super Spain.
Which, to be fair, would put me off.
Yeah.
If you did
that. He said that he was running through Sessions.
But that was that was the big warning. I mean, it got to half time, and you know, some clowns in the crowd thought it was enough to start.
Who was booing? Who was booing? It wasn't horrendous. We went 6-0 down. It was 0-0.
Yeah.
And to be fair to Fulham, they knocked the ball around really well in midfield. You've got to give them some
credit. They had a couple of chances. They had the other one when Keane had jumped in too early and left.
Yeah, but he tried to block it.
No, I know, but he just stand up.
Like Adoy did for the third goal.
No, just stand up. No, but what I'm saying is, if he stands up there, he'll deal with that. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
To me, I was more worried that if you slide in like that, you do what Holgate did last year against Leon. You catch him on the ankle, bumped it down, it's a penalty. So for me, you've got to just stand up there. But he didn't. It's all right. He passed it to someone who thought he'd trying to hit me in the guard seat, so it was all right. So we've got a 0-0. But I thought straight away when we come out second half, I thought straight away you could see the manager had got into them, and the tempo was better. And that's what you've got to do. You know, that's what we've always done.
Yeah.
That's what we did under, Moyes. That was one of the big things he introduced to his teams. Just start hitting them. Just get them as high up the pitch and start doing things faster, and it'll come. And it did. And that's something we need to see more from this team.
Definitely. I mean, it's good when you see a team make that response when the manager's had a word with them, because you know that they're buying into what he's saying, they're listening to what he's saying. And we come out and we started to crank it up a little bit. I think what we did in the first half, we stood off them a little bit too much, so they zipped it round quite nicely. We've got some good plays in the middle of the park. We stood off, we weren't getting out to them, we weren't pressing them quick enough. We started doing that second half, we started pressing them, and it was just nudging them further back, and they were getting no time on the ball. We were snapping into tackles. Before you knew it, we had the ball back an awful lot in the second half. They'd turn the ball over really quickly and easily, and it just helped us get further down the pitch. And obviously we go and get
the crowd react to it, don't they?
That's it.
And what we were doing as well, we were defending really high up. So that Ream, oh my God, what a fucking terrible footballer.
He was silly. He had a nightmare.
I thought he was well on back to America.
He was awful.
Well, they dropped Alfie Mawson because he's been horrendous for them, hasn't he? Mawson.
He was that Ream.
But Ream didn't have a good game. Or Adoy wasn't very good.
I thought Ream was quality, man of the match.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but we
Bet you
started just jumping on them higher up the pitch,
Yeah,
didn't we?
yeah.
And that gets the crowd going, the sense is there. But then the goal comes from, like, the penalty first of all, comes from us catching them square. You know, Dominic Calvert-Lewin one-on-one with them, and
But we go and press the ball, don't we?
Yeah.
We go and win the ball.
We win it high up,
and then it's played through.
But
Davis
to
gives
be
it
fair,
to Toffee.
Don had a horrendous game. He was fucking useless. He'd been terrible, really, hadn't he? All game. He was offering nothing, and again, I'm not having a go at him. He's just been playing rubbish.
Yeah.
You know, in games like this, you need in the first half. I think you need a centre forward who's gonna do something just a little bit different, or create opportunities, or just make it
difficult for them.
Just make it stick.
That's it, yeah.
And he just never did it.
Available.
Yeah, he just never did any of that. But he done classic Dominic Calvert-Lewin, didn't he? He got a run. Did well to just nick, because I thought he wasn't favoured. Did well, just nicked it with a little toe, and then gets in the box, fills the hands, and just like at Anfield, boys and girls, it's a penalty.
It is.
Although the referee give the old. Whoa. Whoa. I think he thought he was Ronaldo. And then the line was just like. And again, I'll say it again. I will say it again. Anyone who doesn't like VAR, what did the linesman do? Because that is VAR, isn't it? That's human VAR.
Yeah, I mean, I just
HAR.
I don't understand what the ref's looking at.
No, I don't.
Fella
shoves him in the
back. He doesn't see. Well, to be fair, I was watching the ref thing this morning on Sky, and the ref was like, "No, it's not a pen." And Dennis Wise was like, "It is a pen. See that hand in the back? That's a foul anywhere else on the pitch." And it was thinking, what's his name? Dave McGallagher's just like
against ball.
Dave McGallagher's like it's not. He's gone up, and he's like
stupid, soft.
Here's what he said. He said it's soft.
When you see the one from behind, no, the lad puts it.
He said it's soft. He said, Dennis Wise said the thing that makes it for me is, he said if it had been like that, he said maybe. He said, but why does he put his hand in his? But why does he feel? It's almost like saying, well, the goalie's got this. You
get out the way.
There you go. It's like the arrogance of him. He's got that pen.
It's a penalty for me.
Yeah. So I mean,
McGallagher's a tip, mate.
Did anyone think Sigurdsson was going to score that? Because nobody by me thought he was going to.
No, it had the World Cup written all over it, didn't it?
Well, Richarlison wanted it, didn't he? Richarlison wanted the ball straight away. He wanted to take that pen. And Gylfi, I could see Gylfi like, oh no, the man. He's like, no, the manager's told me.
Yeah.
No, like class prefect. Like he was like, no, the manager's told me. There's not going to. But he was like, he let it play out. It was almost like, no, if I go over and start snatching the ball, and I think someone just like, oh, I'm taking it. So fair enough. But I don't know. He was like, I don't know. It wasn't like an arrogance about him. It was just like a. You don't look like you fancy this, but you know you've got to take it.
That's what I felt,
And what I couldn't believe is, though, the penalty was exactly the same as the pens he took in the World Cup. One that went in and one that missed.
Yeah.
Down the middle.
This high one down the middle.
You just think by now you would have perfected that.
Yeah. It's mad, isn't it, for a lad who's obviously so cultured on the ball and 12 yards. You think, it should just be easy, shouldn't it? But I don't really know. I don't get the technique of what he's even trying to do.
If it goes in, it looks boss. Like the one he scored in the World Cup, I think it just clipped the bottom of the bar and went in. And theirs were like that because obviously he'd missed the first one against was it Argentina? Where, it's just like just the goalie was already in the corner.
Goalie's having a drink.
You're like, you'd think a bit more composure. You just stroked that.
It was
and to be fair, I don't even know what happened for the next 3 minutes because I was like, because my anxiety at that point was through the roof, thinking we've got to win this game.
One of these days again.
And we've had a perfect opportunity and we've hit the bar. But fair play to him. You know what? The goal. I mean, the pass he plays for Kenny first of all is just brilliant, and fair play for Kenny keeping it alive.
Yeah.
And then when the ball comes back to him, straight away. We're talking about players. You always talk like intelligent players. We say it's about having a picture in your head.
Visualised it.
And straight away that ball's come to him. No. Most Everton players would have 4 touches there before they would have shot.
Yeah.
He strokes it first time with his left foot.
Yeah.
It's only one place you can go. It was like the magic bullet out of JFK.
Yeah.
It had to go exactly that route, not those 3 people, and to go in and
Where I was sat at the minute he left his foot.
Oh well, I did.
It's 1-0. You could see it curling. and the keeper was never getting there. It was
No, it's
fantastic.
beautiful, wasn't it? It was. It was just. It like you say, it come off his foot, and the second it come off, it was in, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was just the way he just steered it back in. It was just lovely, like, and it was great for him because obviously he was feeling missing the penalty as well. You know, that was the boost we all needed, and then from that moment he became the key to the works. He became the orchestrator then of everything we did. Everything we done well after that was through him, and it was everyone got the lift. And I just thought after that we put them. Well, we had one moment.
Well, say about Gylfi though, I think the manager said he wants him to get 10 goals this season.
Yeah,
he's got 1 and 2.
He's got
He's got 4 goals in 8 games.
yeah.
That's not a bad return, is he? No, for a midfielder like so. If he can
Could
keep...
have that's it, couldn't he?
Yeah.
I know we mightn't have been.
Yeah.
It mightn't have played out that way, but that was the thing. But I just thought after that we had the one dodgy moment.
Well, do you know what? Can I just want to have a little moan about this one. The 1-on-1 they got, which obviously Pickford. It was a heavy touch.
Where did it come from?
We had a corner.
We had the corner.
Right, we had the corner, right, and the ball gets to the edge of the box, and this is what annoys me. Right, the ball gets to the edge of the box, and their players got it, and they've been good on the break all game. Really, they're quick on the break, and I'm just thinking, bring him down. Just grab his arm and bring him down. You don't even have to kick him, or get 2 of them so that 2 of them squeeze him, and then no one gets booked. Bring him down and just stop the game, because you know that if any team now who breaks on off a corner, it always seems to end up at the other end of the pitch, one way or another. Just use that thing. Bessett should have had him down.
Yeah.
No worries. But use your brain, and this is where you need someone to just go, no lad, you're not going any further. And if the referee books you, it's harsh, but just
take it, don't you? At that moment,
the foul. You don't think about it. Are we gonna once that ball leaves his foot, what are we doing? We're backpedaling them all the way back.
Yeah.
And defensively, we haven't really got that many fast players, because really your wingers are being like, your fast players are going to be like, well, that's not really my job to get back. It's in your head. So it's then you're looking at Michael Keefe. So bring him down.
Yeah.
And I think we need a little bit more of that.
It's a little snide, so I'm going to take him.
Just bring
take
him
the
down.
Yellow. Don't even look at the ref. Take the yellow.
Take it. Get on with the game.
Yeah.
Because that's what normally seems to happen. But I mean, they worked it well. They got it wide, and once he got it wide, the other lad on the scaled it in, and I just thought.
The irony of it, though, do you think that the fact he had that chance and Pickford come out and done what he done with that was superb with the 1-on-1? To me, the crowd just rose even more. Then it actually had I think it had a really positive effect.
Yeah,
because I think everyone thought when you looked up and it was 3-1, you just went 1-1.
Sometimes
you went 1-1.
Yeah,
I did. I thought it was 1-1 because when he played it out of his feet and he was running in, I thought he's just going to tuck it in. And you're going to go, what happened? And
sometimes you need moments, and I'm not saying like season-defining moments, even just in a game of football, where you look back and go, oh, that was a big moment, that, you know. And I know this, and I've seen, and the people are right to say this, I've seen people saying, well, if Fulham have took their chances, or better teams would have took their chances, they would have beaten us. But you sum up one game, and you sum up one game rolling onto the next game and saying, well, that thing helped us. I've been saying for weeks, to Bass, if Leighton Baines hadn't shoved the Bournemouth player in the back, I think we'd have 4 or 5 wins on the board.
Yeah.
But because he shoves him in, and I think Leighton Baines would have kept himself in the team.
Yeah.
If he hadn't shoved him in the back, Leighton Baines shoves the Bournemouth player in the back, and I think for 3 or 4 games, the momentum switches there. Bournemouth, we come off with a win, we go into the other field, we're all bouncing, there's not as much pressure on us, we win that, we go into the West Ham game, again we're bouncing. Pressure's all on them because we're like, well, we've won 2 or 3 games. I honestly feel like if he hadn't done that, and maybe it's the same Saturday, because of that chance, things are flipped again. We go down the other end of the pitch, make it 2-0, and it's like, we've got 3 points.
But it's like last week against Arsenal, you know, they're all raving about Petr Cech, the saves. They're not saying, oh, you know, that's what he's there for.
No one said a better team would been playing Woody against Arsenal and they got beat.
Exactly, you know, with that game was ours. Or, you know, we were the better football side in that match over the course of 90 minutes. So those moments will happen in every Premier League game. You've got a big personality in Pickford, and I just think, once that went, I thought, I get a clean sheet. I just really fancy this.
Do you know
where he clattered him and he got up?
Yeah,
I've only and I remember seeing who was it? I think I remember seeing Zlatan score and then celebrate in the same motion.
Yeah.
It was a bit like that.
Yeah.
He shaved it in the same motion. Did
Yeah.
it celebrate? It was brilliant.
Yeah.
But again, you're
right though, that does pick the crowd up.
Definitely.
Because he's reacting like we reacted.
Yeah.
Because we all went, you hold your breath because
Yeah.
you see that lad clean through and you think, there we go again. The next minute it's not a goal and he's up, you're going, oh gosh,
Yeah.
and everyone does it then, and then
Definitely.
the next minute the crowd's bouncing again.
It's what you need, like the characters and that to get.
It's almost like, I mean, you don't overplay, but the Neville tackle on Ronaldo that time, and everyone was like, next minute the crowd, or you see it.
Yeah.
People can go on and go, oh, if they took their chance, well, go and look at the stats.
Yeah.
If we'd have took our chances, we'd have won 15-4 or something,
Yeah.
or 15-3.
loads of shots again.
So,
If we took our chances, we'd be third, probably.
exactly. Quite comfortable.
You know, and then we've gone down the other end, and the goal itself, it's a lovely
Oh,
goal.
it's brilliant.
Tosun, obviously, I'm glad he made the change. He made the changes not long after the penalty, didn't he? Tosun was on for the first goal, wasn't
Yeah.
he? So
For me, Tosun changed the way we
he was
played.
enthusiastic.
He held it up, he backed in, he started making them have to deal with things where Don wasn't. And
I mean, what he lacks. Listen, some games he'll be brilliant in, and some games he mightn't have the effect. And I used to say if Tosun had played the first half, he would have been just as ineffective as Dominic Calvert-Lewin was. But he came on at the right time,
Yeah.
And when we were up, and it suited him, And the goal, it's a lovely goal. First of all, the ball from John Joe Kenny's, and I'd seen him. He tried that a couple of times. Theo had gone from out into out rather than from out to in a couple of times, and John Joe had tried to get him in, and he kept on trying to force that. And it's a lovely cross by Theo Walker because it's so flat and straight. Where if you look at it from the other angle, he's got no real right to hook his leg around that because the defender's right on top of him. And soon as again, it's like the first goal. As soon as the cross comes in, you know it's a goal.
Yeah.
Because it's ineffective for the header,
Yeah.
and it's not. But because Tosun's got himself there, but it was so nice to see him get that goal because he's the kind of, from our point of view, we've got 60,000 Turks watching, isn't it? But
You don't like him, do you?
buy a t-shirt. It's available in multicolours. Children's and hoodies available. I meant to put my signature on and I totally forgot. He's even on the wall. We put him on the wall. We had an irate Turkish Evertonian last week saying he's not on the wall. He's there.
Oh, he's there, look at it.
In his
Beautiful.
87 kit.
in the 87 kit, living it.
Gail was over there.
No,
It was brilliant to see him get a goal. I know what you talk about things that were missing last season, but I look at the celebrations of goals as well, and everyone was made up for him. Like you can tell he's a really popular lad.
Yeah.
And
Walcott was
you can tell like you can when you look at someone and go, he obviously works really hard and training. He's a popular lad, wants to be part of the group, hasn't just gone and said, I want to be part of this and I want to take this team somewhere. I think that's a really important thing. When he's been on the bench for the last couple of games and you got
the right attitude, hasn't he?
Yeah, exactly.
I think for me, with him, at the start of the season, we were creating chances left, right, and centre. We were scoring goals, and he was part of it.
Yeah.
He might not. You don't always have to be the one that puts it in the net. He was part. His skill set allows us to bring the other players into play, and I think we're used to the old number 9 banging them in.
But he is an old number.
He is as well. But he's in a role, I think, where he's having to just.
Yeah, it's a bit different.
But he's doing it well, and he's doing it. He wants to be the one on the end of them, obviously, but he's getting on with it, and his touch allows him to bring people into play. And I was made up to see him score. I thought it was exactly what we needed. It's like the icing on the cake for me, and hopefully he'll go on a run now and bag a few more in.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think I said to you before on another video we did, he's better when Richarlison's in the side because Richarlison naturally goes wide and he doesn't have to come into that. When Calvert-Lewin was there for the 2 home games, there's no kind of relationship there because Dom doesn't do either job because it's not his role, so he doesn't. Where Richarlison naturally hugs the touchline, he likes to run with it and create space. So I think he had been playing well Tosun up until the West Ham game. I just think the West Ham game he was poor.
And he was before that. He wasn't getting any chances.
No,
and everyone was moaning we're not creating chances for him. Then he gets a game where he does get chances. All right, he snatches at them, but he's had one game when he's had a few chances. To me, I was like, I thought the manager at the time thought he got it wrong by not backing him, but taking him off a couple, he probably hit the nail on the head.
Well, it's a refresh, it's a reset button, isn't it? You sub, he starts him again. He doesn't bring him back in for the start because Calvert-Lewin played at Arsenal, and he's come off the bench, and it falls like that sometimes.
Yeah, it does, yeah.
I remember last season against West Brom at home, his own debut, he toiled for 70 minutes, he didn't get one sniff, he went off, and within 30 seconds he has scored. The ball dropped into where he'd been, and you're like, oh my god, he's not having it. So it happens like that sometimes with football. So you're right, hopefully we can get on the run. The goal was great, and I'd done a tactics video earlier in the week, I don't know whether you'd seen it, about how narrow Fulham are and how we can get in round the sides and carve them open, and that's exactly what we did. You know, Keane wins it, does well, gives it into John Joe. John Joe plays a superb ball, because it is guided, and then you're right, that cross by Theo just takes everybody out the game. Took the defenders out, took the goalie out the game, and Jenks there to nod it in. And if there was anybody you wanted to see get on the score sheet, it was him. You know, and the light on his face, and like you've just said, Pat, you could see every other player was just like they were made up. They all come over to him. Him and Walcott are hugging and everything. The subs are like that. Marco's pointing at him. They're all feeling it for him. And that's what you want, don't you?
Yeah, it's exactly what you want, though, isn't it? You want to believe that those players, and we heard about it last season. The dressing room wasn't right for whatever reason. It was it might have just been it's a mix of so many new players. Not even that, just players who just so many new players and different elements of that. And listen, there'll always be different. I don't like using the word clicks. Just different. You know, because you wouldn't say Tom Davies and Baines and Dominic Calvert-Lewin and whoever else had a click. They're just mates.
Yeah.
You'll get on in a dressing room with that many lads. You'll get on with some.
It's just you might environment, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it. Some people you'll go, oh, he's all right, yeah. Well, I'm not particularly mates with him, but he's all right. Yeah. Whereas others, you'll go, oh, these are me.
But it's refreshing that for someone like Tosin, who obviously is, you know, a foreign player, but he's come in and he seems to have that. He seems to have that affection of everyone. I'm not saying other players not like that, but that's nice. I really like that, because I do think that I think this is why he's so loved by you know, Besiktas fans, because he puts everything. He puts the club first.
Yeah.
And I would probably think that would be the same with being dropped. He would look at the bigger picture and go, now this will benefit the team and benefit me. So I think that's where
I think when you hear the manager talk as well, though, he explains everything. Like his decision, he explains everything so well. You know, it's like, well, he's a big, you know, players are a big part of the squad, but for today this was the team I picked. Yeah. Because I think this team will get the best thing. And if he's saying to you, listen, you know, Mick, it's you know, you're playing well, but for today I want to go with Ped because he's going to do. You'd just be like, well, we've explained it. All right, might be happy with it, but we've explained it. You haven't just gone, that's the team you dropped for whatever reason.
It's like you don't want them to be happy with it.
No,
you want
exactly.
Them, you want them to demonstrate that in the right way as well. You know, like, and that's what he's exactly what he done. You know, he brought that onto the pitch and
but that's
banked the vital goal.
Going back to what I was saying before, you know, it's almost like setting them up for him to come on and knock them down, isn't it? As well. You have that in football as well, and then, you know, players will adjust at certain positions, and he'll just be delighted to have his goal, and that calmed everyone down, didn't it? That was that just give us all that feel, and then, you know, and then all I was thinking about then is, let's just keep a clean sheet now, let's get through the rest of the game.
It was mad, wasn't it? Because it was a strange thing, because after the Pickford, I think you're right, I think when Pickford made that save, I kind of just thought, we win this. No, there's no, normally, like, I'm you know, sitting squaring in my seat thinking, please. Just the calmness descended on Goodison after that. I think they probably thought, that's our chance gone. And we kind of just thought,
I think our team believed.
The team believed then, and you're right, you do need those moments. And listen, you know, we could go and end up getting beat by Southampton in the car. I'm not saying that's it now, the season's turned. What I mean is, just in that game, it gives you that little belief that, you know what, we can close this out and we can do, and you can't have enough of those moments of being able, getting that experience of closing the game out, you know. And then at 2-0 you're thinking, yeah, you know, can we get another one?
And then also, that's the thing, isn't it, 2-0 up, you know, the only way that the game's going to be changed is if they come out and have a go at you, because they haven't done anything.
No.
So and then that plays into our strengths. We're a counter-attacking side, and if that played into our strengths then, and then that you feeds into the third goal, we nick the ball, give it to Bernard up the pitch, and he's away, and I can't wait to see this lad in full flow, because he's just class.
To have a player like that come off the bench, I mean,
but you can tell he's class.
The touch. He was running there and he didn't want to look at the ball. Running with his head up, and you know that good play. They don't need to look at the ball because they feel it. He's running and he's looking, and the
calmness in the box.
Well, it was the exaggerated drop of the shoulder, like I'm gonna cross it, and just the little chop, and they went past him, and then you're right.
Just the calmness. He just stood there and he waited. I mean, you don't see many players who'll just stand and wait.
That was the difference, and that's where in his against West Ham, I said was the only criticism of him, because every time he did that, he just threw it aimlessly into the box at times. Whereas this one, and it's just more training, it's just more getting fitter, so that when you've had a run like that you're not going, your
decision making when you're fit.
He just looks, he just waits, he's calm and just sees Gylfi coming. And to be fair to Gylfi, last minute of a game still making runs like that, it's big credit to him.
Halfway line,
exactly.
Well, he won the ball. Sigurdsson wins the ball on the edge of our box and gives it to Garner. Them two go in and win the ball, and Garner takes it over and plays it down the line to Bernard. So Gylfi runs from 10 yards outside our box for that, and just carries on running, and Bernard, like you said, dead calm, waits, and then the weight of the pass, he didn't have to break stride, he didn't have to stop or run, he just jogged onto it, took a touch and just stayed.
I thought he was going to do the same as the left out, thought it was going to be a first timer. But he took the touch. I thought he was just going to guard it.
And he used that ream, didn't he? And just bent it round him.
He seems useful for something.
Exactly. Good for that.
Fucking rubbish, wasn't he? He was really bad.
I must admit, I thought he was in League One or something.
Oh, he was bad. No, but I love that though. I love that last minute of a game, and it just you go away and you see, you've won 3-0 and everyone's picked up, and then everyone's like, we might be a half decent team. I mean, again, what I love about all that, about saying about they could have scored there, well then you take those and you go and work them all weekend training and go, remember that where he could have got in, or the first thing the manager will do is have them in the video room going, how did this end up here with this lad at the back post, and how did that end up there from our corner? And there's one in the first half that it was our corner, and it ends up with them coming all the way down to us.
Most teams' chances against us come from our corner.
That's what I'm saying. We've got to get better at those things. And sometimes you've got. What would you rather do? Every team's going to have a chance against you. So what would you rather do? Get through those scares and then win the game, or not get through them? They will happen. It's whether
But that's how you learn.
Exactly.
You don't learn from playing a game. The team doesn't do anything. You win 4-0, and it's easy, and you jog off. The only way you get better is you go, look, we made a mistake
last season.
But every game, you will get chances. Every game, every team gets chances. So that's nonsense to me when people go, they could have scored.
Last season, we go to Anfield and stay in the game and end up getting a draw because we've rode our luck, and when we got that 1-half chance, we've taken it. It's football, it will happen. Liverpool will bemoan the fact that we had one chance. And
listen, they beat Brighton the other week. Liverpool dominated the game, and yet Brighton was 2 sitters in the 90th minute.
If you watched everyone else playing their matches for the full 90 minutes, which we don't, they will all give away chances.
Man City last week in the Champions League, they did a couple of things that they probably do every single week, where they've give a bit of possession up, they were punished both times for it, and they end up losing the game. It happens to the best. It's what football will. There'll always be chances for the opposition, like there'll always be chances for you in a tough game, and it's whether you can take them or not.
It takes the big moments, isn't it?
Exactly. If you are sitting there expecting Everton to dominate a game for 95 minutes without giving up a chance, you're watching the wrong sport. Because even Man City, as good as they are, they give you chances. Liverpool. Chelsea could have scored 7 or 8. Liverpool could have at the weekend. That's what football is.
But that's the risk and reward thing, though. That's what all top teams do now. There's very few around at the moment now that, for years we did have that negative side of football, and there were still great sides who didn't give any chances. I was watching something the other day about the AC Milan team of the early 90s and early 2000s, and some mad stat like 13 goals all season, you know, things like that.
Yeah.
But now football is risk and reward. You know, to win, you've got to be willing to lose. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
And
you can draw too many games in this league, can't you? It doesn't get you anywhere.
Exactly. Yeah. Look at Burnley. Terrible start season, won a couple back to back, and suddenly, you know, they're up there. You know, West Ham. You know, they lost the first 4.
Yeah.
Only a couple of points behind us now. It happens. You've got to be able to risk. You always will give up chances, but it was just nice to cap it off with the third and
get our goal difference back to naught.
Get our goal difference, and everyone's looking at it differently now. And you think, well, we can get a win in the League Cup, go to Leicester, and
even a draw at Leicester.
Yeah,
you know, it's a game we can win, of course, because they're going to come on to us.
This game, Leicester.
Yeah.
I think it just ties into how we play.
Yeah,
they'll come on to us. Let's get an away win on the board early doors. Let's not wait.
The main thing for me for Saturday is that Fulham come into that game and they haven't won an away game, but they're not a Huddersfield, even though we couldn't beat Huddersfield. They're not a Cardiff. They're not one of those teams that you're looking at going, you're destined. Even though
spent 100 million quid.
They're not destined for relegation, and they've hardly laid the glove on us, you know, in terms of shots. You know, we've won the game comfortably in the end. Yeah. That says to me, you know, most home games from now on, if we're a bit more calmer and we take our chances, which is the most important thing, we'll beat teams. We will beat teams. And for me, there's 13 other teams in the Premier League that we should be beating at home, as far as I'm concerned. And then there's a couple in that top 6 that we should and could beat.
Yeah.
On, you know, for me, when Arsenal come to Goodison, I think we should beat them. Don't think they're any great
at Goodison we should create an environment where we can compete against any of them.
Which we have done, to be fair. You know, and
United.
And there's one, and then there's, you always get that one where you'll have your day and they won't have their day, and so for me, I think because we're a counter-attacking side, if we were more clinical away from home, we'll win more. We'll win more away games as well. Yeah. So. But that's got to be put into practice. We know that.
It's easy to talk, and you know, the start we've had, I think we'd all expect to be on another 6 points at least than what we are. But it's the start of the journey, like you said. It's not 2 and 3 seasons into this. This is we're 7 Premier League games into Marco Silva's reign. It's like I said, we've tried to win every single match we've played so far, exactly. And that's what I'm taking from it.
Yeah.
You know, last season, if we'd had Sam Allardyce, I guarantee you we'd be 3rd now in the Premier League, because we'd have won every home game, but it'd have been 1-0 and 1-0, and everyone would have been going, it's boring, it's crap. I'm happy with where we are, playing the way we are, knowing, like you just said, risk and reward, where we can get to. We can't get any further than where we were under Allardyce, 7th and 8th. That was it. That was your limit. You were done, because to beat the best, you've got to risk.
Of course you do, yeah. For me, I think, like, if with Silva, you've sort of got the stage now where you can see what he's trying to do. The implementations are happening. It's not going to happen overnight, but as like I said to you sort of earlier on, was that every player seems to be improving under him, pretty much. And again, it was what we were crying out for, having a coach, having someone to coach the players, and you know, but you give it a little bit of time. But main thing is, look, it's enjoyable to go and watch now.
I think we just, I think what we need is we just need to make sure that we have a lot of default wins, just wins that we can win, games that we can win. Where we might not have a great first half or a great second half, but we just win those games, and they're the games that allow you that breathing room to improve as a team. That's got to happen, because if it doesn't happen, and I said this last week, then that's where you find yourself, you know, in the bottom half of the table, and everyone, and it's great to say, well, we're playing well, but we're not winning. So we've got to make sure we have more of these wins, and we keep ourselves knocking around, so that if it does click, then you're in a great position to take that next step.
What did you make of Marco Silva's comments about the crowd?
I think they were spot on. I think we are anxious as a crowd. And I think what he's just relaying there is saying, well, first half wasn't great, but look at the second half you got. So
have a look at it after 90 minutes, lad.
I think we've just got to go on the journey with the team. I think we've got, I know it sounds stupid, but as a set of fans, we've had so many false dawns and disappointment. that at some stage you've got to just chuck that out the window and just sort of believe in what's happening. And for me, it feels like we're on the right track. It doesn't, you know, it isn't here yet, absolutely no way, but I just want to believe in it, and the main thing is on that journey, we're getting entertained as well. Happy days.
That's it, isn't it?
I think the crowd as a whole, can be better anyway. I think the atmosphere thing, but again, listen, Goodison is it's a reactive crowd rather than a proactive crowd. It's been like that for years, and I don't put that on anyone. I don't say that's your fault or your fault or your fault. That's just the way we are as fans. And I think, but so if the crowd, when, like you've been talking about, when Pickford did the thing, it gets everyone going.
The moments,
you know, everyone just goes, yes. You know, it's as good as that crunching tackle. It's like you're into this.
Yeah.
You know,
because we all want to believe that it matters to the players.
Yeah, definitely. You want to see it, don't you? Visibly.
So when you see Pickford going like that, just because he's saved something, you can tell he's up for it. When you see Tosin wheeling away with like just that release, you know,
I want it to matter to them just for them, as in, I want to say this, they don't have to be like, kissing the badge, but as long as it means something to them as a team, like they're in it together as a team, they don't have to be necessarily in it for Everton, if that makes sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I want them to love the club, but they're not always going to love the club, but I want them to be in it for them, so there's a team spirit, so that it hurts when they lose for them, and when they win, they love it. And then that's the first stage to going, I love this club. You know, because you've got to get to that first stage phase. You've got to walk off the pitch going, we got beat, but you know what? At least I scored, or it doesn't matter. We play next. You've got to walk off that pitch going, that meant something to me, and then that will take you to that next stage where you're like, I love this club.
Well, that's how Kale did, didn't it? With like Kale and people like that, he loved it. The journey.
If it doesn't hurt professionally, it'll never hurt,
like personally.
You know, personally, will it? Do you know what I mean? If you don't walk off that pitch going, losing. If you have, you know, and fans will always latch on to those players, and that's where it's like almost hard at the moment, where you're like, who are our heroes? Who do you latch on to? Who does it mean something to?
We've had more of a turn of players. We're not used to buying them, are we? So
that's the thing.
We've used to have them for a good amount of years, so you sort of know the characters. But it feels like.
Hopefully,
there's characters as well in terms of like your Bernard looks a little bit quirky, and Tosin's obviously got a bit of fighting Pickford. You know,
but then you see the things after the match. You see, you know, Bernard give his shirt to the kid with the Brazil. I mean, he gives his shirt, and Richarlison runs over to the Gladys and gives the kid. And I mean, the only thing is, going to be 40,000 Brazilian shirts in next game. That's the only thing. But you see that, and again, that's great. That's the bond.
Connection.
That's the bond. That's the connection. That's where people go. But it does mean something to it. Because he's took the time to acknowledge.
It's like with Digne in it. He's bought into it massively.
I love that.
The first. I took my lad to. Who was playing the first cup? Rotherham. And after the game, he was there just
for
ages. But he was smiling. It wasn't a chore. He was enjoying it, and I think like again that's the connection. And again, straight away, that's my lad's little player. You know, like that's who he wants. And
you've got the manager totally fest, and how can you love Tosin? Sprays his head before he plays.
He does, to be fair.
Do you know, I need to know where to go.
His hair is, when you watch him training, he's you shoot the ball. He's got like a bit of you and a bit of like. And then on the match, he's got just a full
full jet of black.
It's black.
He didn't put it on his boots. He's had all these black tins of dubbing, and he's not going to do with it.
Get it on there for the game. How can you not love someone who does that?
It's that much effort.
There you have it. Let us know your thoughts on this game. If you know where Cenk Tosin gets the magic spray for his hair,
let me know,
please. I just don't think it would work.
I just need hair.
I just don't think. I mean that would.
I'll have it though for mine to make mine a bit darker.
Well,
no, you're the silver fox.
No.
You're the housewife's favourite, Bass.
No, but it's a bit dark.
I'm the bad boy. You're the housewife's favourite. We'll be giving up our roles.
All right. Look at Mitchell here as well.
Well, there you go.
Over here. Lost Kemp.
Look at Ant Deck. You know, once we found out one was a massive alcoholic, it's never been the same. There you have it. Let us know your thoughts in the comments on anything we spoke about today. We'll see you later.